Yeah, man. I mean, as you're watching this stuff unfold with like Little Rob and all these other accusers, do you kind of like, look back on that time and think, damn, man, this is like kind of crazy. Like like I'm sure you never like thought you would see something like this come out of Diddy. Someone you were actually around a lot, or am I wrong?
You're right. You're right.
So what is it like, hearing all these stories now?
Well, the thing about it is, man, and I said this 1,000 times, facts change feelings. Feelings don't change your facts. And to hear some of the stories that's going down now, you be like, yo, you can't do nothing but believe it now after what came out in the trial. But if you would have heard these stories back then, you wouldn't have believed it because he was a totally different person back then. You know, in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s. But he got into that drug stuff. That drug would change your whole persona. And that's what it did. Changed who he was.
Man, that's crazy, bro. Just to think that you could be that lost to where you just completely like just lose it and just start just becoming a completely different person, man. That's pretty nuts, man. One of the things that kind of stood out, man, is Roger said that Diddy was getting a God syndrome, like a God complex. What's your thoughts on that?
Bruh, if Diddy was given a God complex, it goes to prove that don't get hooked on drugs. That the drugs had took over him and he was not the same person. But in his mind, he's the same person that he was. The drugs can change you, bro, and that's what it did to him. A simple audition when he got cut by Kim Porter in his wrist and got hooked on those opiates.
Yeah, man. They say that success can really change a person and or make them feel like they're damn near invincible. I'm sure you've probably seen
Yeah,
a lot of that.
yeah, no doubt. But after the drugs wear out, they wake up either behind bars or somebody's burying them for the rest of somebody's burying them.
Diddy has a long list of victims. I mean, you got Cassie, Kurt Burrows, Shine, Little Rod, Mark Curry. I mean, you know what I'm saying? The list goes on of all the people who he's did wrong. Out of all the people you've heard of and all the stories that you heard and the stuff that you know about, who do you think is like Diddy's biggest victim?
Who I think Diddy's biggest victim is? The
Yep.
mothers.
Okay.
Big's mama. Wolf's mother. The people that lost their sons. They could never get that back. Especially with those are the two people that changed his life. Put him on that pedestal to be a great producer. So I believe the mothers in them that lost their sons are the biggest victims of it all.
Man, that's deep, man. That's crazy, man. Because I mean, you brought up Big and the mom, and in the documentary they even talk about Diddy not paying for the funeral, acting like he's gonna pay it, but then billing it to Biggie. What was your
Yep.
thoughts on that? When you seen that, were you surprised when you seen that?
No, I wasn't surprised, because they said that when Big died, he built the estate. He took it out of Big's his budget. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I wonder who got the life insurance policy. It was crazy.
What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon, so hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.